Hey everyone, Michael Phoenix, founder and staff member of Surreal ValeCity online media outlet, and welcome to the Indiegogo. Right now, 2019 spring is here. Things are starting to get in gear. Traveling is becoming something I'm looking forward to and an interesting necessity, to say the least. Coming up May 11th. Suicide prevention is personal for myself, and I stressed it through ValeCity and carried over. May 11th is the kickoff for the Out of the Darkness Walk in October down in Philadelphia. Really, that is one of the top priorities in the near future, to attend and to sign up to volunteer and introduce the magazine down there to AFSP Philadelphia, and definitely cover that. So the cost for that, I believe, is roughly Philadelphia round trip trailways is give or take $40 to $42, depending on the time you go down and come back. So that's the first expense. May 18th is an overnight trip to New York City. I know these may not sound like necessities, but ValeCity is trying to make serious efforts to expand into Philadelphia and New York finally. And May 18th is during the day, Playcrafting has their game expo, which this year, unfortunately, due to the flu, I couldn't make it, but back in January, I did receive press credentials to cover their game awards. That is a top priority, and to really, face-to-face introduce the media to Playcrafting, which offers an 8-week course in video game design. If I lived in New York, believe me, I would jump on that. In a heartbeat, I would jump on it, especially for the price. And then after that, because I featured the crowdfunding project, thanks to Core Dance Company, featuring the crowdfunding project Verteer, I will be doing an article and covering Verteer Dance Theater Project in Brooklyn. So May 18th is, and the New York trip is roughly a hotel ballpark. In New York is expensive. I found out even on the travel sites, hotels roughly in Long Island, I'm looking at approximately $200 without tax or fees for the overnight hotel. The only reason why I have to stay overnight is because the dance theater performance starts at 7 o'clock. I'm not sure what time it gets over, and I would rather have a hotel up there than wait in the Port Authority all night wondering if something's going to happen to me. I do on occasion put personal safety first. So that is the approximate round trip covered. The approximate for that, I'm looking at give or take about $300, including either using public transportation or Uber Lyft. Uber Lyft, if you ever use them, their rates are pretty much like the stock market and fluctuate depending on time of day and how busy they are. MTA, I believe, I checked from Manhattan to Brooklyn, is $275 each way. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that's, give or take about roughly $300 right there, including personal survival expenses, such as maybe grabbing a quick bite at a cheap place to eat up in New York, etc. So, and then June 22nd is the Out of the Darkness Walk, which if you check the archives under, I believe it's community or events, last year I was lucky enough to cover and volunteer for the Out of the Darkness overnight walk in Philadelphia. Every year there's one in the eastern half of PA, one in the western half of PA, the United States, and they're in a different city every year. This year it's up in Boston. I signed up to volunteer, and I really want to cover that, especially since I've never been up to Boston. But that's pretty much going to be a straight round trip of getting off the plane, bus, or train, whatever method of transportation is cheapest, and going straight to the event, doing it overnight, and coming straight back. So there will not be any tourist stops or checking out Boston at all on that one. And that, I'm looking at just travel alone, possibly up to $300, depending on flight. I did check train and bus. Unfortunately, with the bus, you really taking a bus back from Boston on Sunday, especially straight back here to the Lehigh Valley, really not going to happen. The train, I would have to go from Allentown to Philadelphia, and then Philadelphia up to Boston. That's a possibility. And a flight, I believe I checked, give or take, is roughly, hopefully between 200 and 300, if I remember correctly. That's ballpark going off the discount travel sites. So I'm looking at approximately, give or take, between 600 ballpark estimate right now. I apologize, I do not have the exact numbers. I tried to very hard to give an exact budget breakdown, but especially using travel sites, you know how prices and rates fluctuate on a daily basis, if not an hourly basis at times. So, but the whole reason for why this is so important is for the ValeCity to expand. It's part of the core of ValeCity, and part of what I believe the media's our job in general is to make a difference in people's lives. Already, if you check out, especially going to the archives, you'll see crowdfunding section where I try to feature different crowdfunding projects. Lately, it's been just because it's a lot easier to find the newest projects. Lately, it's been Indiegogo, Kickstarter, but I also want to start featuring GoFundMe projects again, and really try to make a difference in people's lives in our world. And through these events, and also by covering, starting to really get to Philadelphia and New York a lot more, it will help expand the magazine, help expand the viewer base, etc. for ValeCity. And it used to be called magazine, now I realize it's full-blown just regular media outlet, period. So that's why it's so important. That's why these trips are so important. And also things like suicide prevention are very important to myself. And I did check out the website for Core Dance Company. They give a lot of people who may not normally have a shot at doing the arts, who may have natural talent or abilities, can go to a place like Core Dance Company and experience something new, or stand a realistic shot at improving what they do in the arts, especially through dance. But so that's pretty much the essential breakdown. And thank you very much, and please donate. The perks I did my best on. I did my best on with the resources I have available. Thank you. Please donate and support. Every time you share this, it increases the chance that someone might donate. I realize you work hard for your money, very hard for your money. Sorry about that. Springtime bees. I realize that you work very hard for your money, and please don't. Uncut, unscripted, unedited. This is what ValeCity's like. But yeah, like I was trying to say a few times, I realize you work very hard for your money, and thank you very much for the support.